Yes, this is the long-awaited report from Durham Constabulary, of course, into the party that was, at least the drinks and the curry that was attended by Sir Keir Starmer, Angela Rayner and 15 other members of the Labour Party up in Durham at that miners' club. The Constabulary have now said that there is no case to answer. They've not named Sir Keir Starmer or Angela Rayner, but all 17 of those attending that event, those drinks and having that curry, are not going to be the subject of a fixed penalty notice.
Did they say why?
Yes, they have, and I'll just read part of this statement from them. They said that a substantial amount of documentary and witness evidence was obtained which identified the 17 participants and their activities during that gathering following the application of the evidential full code test. Keir Starmer will know all about that, former Director General of CPS. It has been concluded that there is no case to answer for a contravention of the regulations due to the application of an exception, namely reasonably necessary work. So they've concluded, effectively, it was a work event, and as such, they shouldn't be.
And that had been Labour's position, where they said that they had pre-arranged this meal as refreshment after being out on the stump and the hustings.
That's right.
Therefore, it was work-related.
Absolutely. That's been what they have maintained throughout this.
So take me through then how the Prime Minister meeting with colleagues and officials in the Cabinet room does get done.
Well, you make a very good point. I think there will be very many angry people, I'm sure, within the Conservative Party and probably wider afield who will feel that, perhaps the Prime Minister and others at Downing Street who argued that many of the events they were at were work-related.
Sure. But also, we need to be legally very, very careful here. But was it not also the case that there were people with influence in the police who were also at that gathering and may or may not have whispered in various ears?
Well,
I use the word allegation in capitals about that high.
You know something I don't, and I'm not really up on whether... There was some suggestion of the Police and Crime Commissioner,
yes.
Is how you're talking about.
Yes.
But this, just to remind people, is Durham Police, completely separate from the Met who investigated what went on in Downing Street.
Yeah.
Is there now any process where if, for instance, the Conservative Party say, we don't think there's been a level playing field, that there can be some kind of appeal against the decision of Durham Police? Well,
I think they can certainly complain to the police and to potentially the Independent Office of Police Complaints. And I'm sure that may well happen. There was some suggestion that there's no way that Sir Keir Starmer and others were going to be fined because Durham Constabulary don't have a policy of retrospectively going after people who've committed COVID breaches. That's not true. I mean, yes, that was kind of the unofficial policy that they had, but the Metropolitan Police had that policy as well, and they didn't want initially to get dragged into Partygate at Downing Street. They were pushed into that by the political uproar over the events that took place. So they had to then carry out that investigation. Durham Constabulary as well, they've carried out an investigation. They say clearly that if there had been a case to answer, then potentially there would have been fines issued. But in their opinion, it is their assessment that this does fall into a work event.